What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're back at it again with another sports card market review using Card Ladder. If you enjoy these videos, please drop a like, consider subscribing, and feel free to drop a comment below and we'll have a little discussion on whatever you guys are feeling like talking about. And with that said, let's get started with the highest percentage increases over the last week, starting with basketball. So we have some massive increases starting here with this week's top increase of Sekou Doumbouya with a massive increase of 138%. News just broke that Sekou is potentially going from the Nets to the Lakers. Both are contending teams and expected to make it deep into the playoffs and potentially even win. So this is a card that, last December was doing $369 and is down to $90. Well, did $41 on the 8th of this month, so just a few days ago, and is now back up to $99 on the news, which is that 138% gain. So if you guys have any Sekou that you got for less than $99 or even higher and you're just trying to move off of it, this has been the best time for the last about 4 months. So you could sit on it if you feel like he might continue rising. But this is just such a massive increase. If you got in low and just want to get off him, this is a decent time to sell. So with that said, let's go down. I've filtered to basically LeBron's rookie year to current basketball 2021. PSA 9s and 10s with a dollar amount, $75 minimum to $1,000 maximum, because I think that covers the majority of us and our spending range on a particular card. So the next biggest increase we have is, again, 29 Optic PSA 9 Hollow of Tyler Hero. These are people that just are going off in the preseason. Sekou, it's more so the trade rumors, but Tyler had a great preseason game. So he's gone up. This is Pop 416. Well, let's check out the prices. At one point, on Christmas Day, this did $225. So that kind of definitely has an effect on the prices. Someone was probably just really happy on Christmas and felt like spending some money, which is fair. This is a card that in July was at a low of $22 and is now back to $80 based off his preseason performance. $22 for this, I mean, I honestly wasn't looking at Hero the last few months just because he didn't have the greatest season. But he's proven, I mean, preseason means nothing, of course, but he's impressing people, obviously, with these price increases. So if you have Tyler Hero and you've been wanting to get off it and got in at a decent price, $80 if you're into it. Well, if you're into any Tyler Hero, I'm sure the card value has gone up. So if you're trying to get off it, this might be a decent time to sell on the hype. Next, we have a PSA 9 Jordan Poole Silver rookie card. This is just insanity. I'm a Warriors fan, so I'm all for Jordan Poole. I actually went to a card show and got his autograph that I posted on my channel not too long ago. So I'm a Jordan Poole fan, but these prices are pretty insane. In February, this was a $15 card, and it's last sold for over $200. Pop 341, so a decent pop, PSA 9. But, I mean, if you got this at $15, if you got this for under $100, $150, I have to assume everyone who has this got it under $100. If you can sell this for $200 and make a quick $100, I'd say that's a decent play. Because once Clay comes back, he's probably going to be the sixth man, and the hype may die down. Of course, he's a great three-point shooter, so he'll pop off every now and then. But you can always rebuy the card when it drops back below $100. So let's go to the biggest drops. We have 2012 Panini Hoops Anthony Davis. This is his lower-end rookie card. Dropped 42%. You can see early this year it's like $300 to $400 card, and then a steady drop to the mid to upper 100s, reaching 200. Earlier this month, it was bought for 217, and then I think someone on the 12th and 13th got it for around 120 bucks. Probably auctions. Yep, auctions. So people probably just not paying attention to Anthony Davis. Probably focused more on modern players. But if he performs like we expect on the Lakers, I'm sure during the season his prices are going to go up. I actually purchased a PSA 10 Prism rookie card for 900 bucks recently. I dropped it on a Sports Mail Day video. If you guys want to check that out, I have some pretty cool cards there. And then bigger drops. These are not. This is an insert of Luka, his rookie year, 38% drop. I'm not going to dive into this. It's a almost 2,000 pop card. Freshman Phenoms. So it's not a very sought after card. So I dropped to $104. Nothing crazy there. And a set that's often ignored. We have Trey Young Base Revolution. That's a sick card, in my opinion. That might be anyone who PCs Trey Young. I think for $100, that's a pretty cool card. At one point, yeah, someone bought it for $350 in January, and it hasn't touched anywhere close to that since. I guess this sale right after for $320. A $100 to $120 card, in my opinion. Maybe $150. It treks around $150 to $120-ish, I would say is a fair range, but I would try to snag this as close to $100 as I could if I wanted this card. It is a sick card. Great eye appeal. If you want to flip that and you can get it around $100, I think that's a solid deal. With that said, let's hop into baseball. I've been buying a bunch of baseball. My last sports card mail day had a lot of baseball in it, and I'm continuing to buy more baseball. I'm recording this on Thursday. That you should be seeing this on Friday or later, depending on when you see it. I actually purchased another baseball card on Wednesday, and I'll save that for my next sports card mail day when I group together more cards. So we have a 2018 Topps Heritage Purple Refractor. So this is kind of the short print in Heritage. This is a PSA 9 of Juan Soto. Juan Soto is one of those guys who really hasn't seen a drop since being eliminated from the postseason, or before the postseason, that didn't even make it. But he's one that really hasn't gone down, because I think a lot of us had the same idea that once they were eliminated, we were going to jump on his cards. And because of that, I don't think he's dropped very much. So him, Tatis, Guerrero Jr., a lot of guys, we all had the same idea. Once they get eliminated, we're going to pounce on them. So it's been a little tough. I'm going to hold off a little bit and hope I can snag a different Juan Soto card for a good deal. But this is up 50%. It's a low pop card in a PSA 9 at 190. Someone got this for 112 last month, and it's been on a steady rise to 275. Wow. So honestly, the window for baseball is very tight this year. If we didn't already miss the bottom, it's here, or it's going to come in the next month or two. So if you guys are interested in baseball at all, this would be the time, in my opinion, to definitely buckle down and start looking for some cards and make it. If you see a play, jump on it. This is a Prism Refractor PSA 9 of Vlad Guerrero Jr. Card value at 178. Last sold October 12th for 179. Bought on the 11th for 120. So I don't know. I guess this person just really wanted this card at 179. Yeah, fixed price. I guess probably the only one available on eBay. And they felt decent about it. This auction was a steal in that case. The lowest price since August, probably before that. So this 120 price was probably a steal in that regard. So good job to that person. But yeah, this is the time for baseball. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm planning to sell some basketball once the season kicks off and move that into baseball, if the window presents itself, if it's not already gone. Biggest drops, we have the Jason Dominguez Mega Box Mojo Refractor in a PSA 10, down to 125, a 37.5% drop. He hasn't been moved up to the big leagues, and he got some hype, I think, expecting him to be last season, so that's probably why his prices have settled back down. Nothing too crazy. We're not going to dive too deep into that. Leading off, we have an almost 50% increase on Alvin Kamara. He had a really good game. His prices dropped after game 2. I believe, is when they didn't do so hot. Kamara didn't do very well. The Saints in general didn't. But he had a touchdown and averaged almost 5 yards a carry, I believe, on the 10th in their last game. So that's why you see this rise again in his prices. Yeah, you can see someone stole this card for $95 on the 10th, and now we're surging back to normal prices. At 140 still is, based on the historical price of this card, still isn't a bad deal at all. Still a very great deal. Herbert, I mean, he's killing it this season. His cards are up almost 39%. This is his optic base. Just pop 467, which isn't terrible. But once PSA starts shipping cards back, I think this pop's going to get a little wild. So if you do have one, I would personally sell this and move it into a parallel if you can get one. Even a PSA 9 holo. Real quick, let's look at that PSA 9 holo of Justin Herbert just to do a little price comparison. So his optic holo PSA 9 is $399. So you can actually get this for cheaper than the optic base. Let's check out the pop here. $281. So $399 for a card. It's a parallel. Granted, it's a PSA 9 out of 10, but it's cheaper and it's a better looking card. For me, I'm going for the PSA 9 holo. Even if they were the same price, I would take the PSA 9 holo rather than the optic base. I prefer the lower pop. It's a better looking card. That's my opinion. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. But that would be my play on this. And that's because this optic base pop, if you're holding for the long term, is going to go up a lot more than that holo pop. I know we're comparing a 10 to a 9, but the holo pop is never going to be as high as the base pop, even with the overprinting. So personally, I go for the lower pop parallel card at a cheaper price. I think that's a much better play in my opinion. So Lamar played phenomenal, set like 4 records his last game. So his cards are going to jump. This is his 2018 Select Concourse base rookie card, up to $190. A pop 364, which is pretty low. I know it's a base card, but back then they didn't overprint to the extent we're seeing now. It was up to 350 in April. Let's see, on the 9th of this month, sold for $137, probably an auction, and just sold for $190. I assume that's a fixed price. But yeah, no, I mean, Lamar, even at $190, this is a good deal in my opinion. I would try to get it closer to $150. But, I mean, during the season, this is the time to sell, in my opinion, if you're still holding football. I'm not buying any football at this point. Real quick, let's go into the biggest drops in weekly percentage for football. Surprisingly, we have Kyler Murray, who just sealed the 5-0 deal versus my 49ers. It's PSA 10 Select Premier Level base card, down 44%. So let's check the charts. That's kind of strange. Someone bought this at $224 on the 12th, and someone got this for $157. Both auctions. So this $157 price is the lowest we've seen in at least a month, probably longer. So this is a good price. I wonder if people are a little just not suspicious of Kyler's cards, but weary that he can't keep up this crazy hot start forever, which would show that the hobby is getting a little more, I don't want to say intelligent, but I think with all these new data tools and all this content on YouTube, people aren't just throwing money around like we were when the market was at its peak. He can't keep up. I don't see them going 16-0. I mean, we're only 5 games in. Kyler's the MVP favorite for most people at the moment, but it's so early in the season. Takes one injury, your offensive lineman getting hurt. Like, there's so many factors in football that the price is just, anything can happen. That's why I kind of follow, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Neo on YouTube. I follow his approach. I pretty much sell off all my football in the preseason. I'll hold 1 or 2 cards maybe. But but right now I'm not holding any football. So we're going to skip the 2020 Mosaic insert stained glass of Aaron Rodgers. It's kind of like a one-off card. Derek Carr has seen a pretty big drop. They started off the season really, really well. So his price, this guy, you can see this. September was 130. 2 weeks later, it's 374. Price, this card ladder still says it's 24% overvalued. I don't know how accurate that actually is, though. But I'm not buying any Derek Carr. That's just me. I don't see them going deep into the playoffs, if at all. And I'm not a Derek Carr fan, so I'm not touching this. Again, if you guys enjoy these videos, please like, comment, and sub. I'm dropping this on either Friday or Saturday morning, and I will be attending a card show on both Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to have some in-person autographs from former and current NFL players. I appreciate all of you guys watching. A lot of cool stuff coming up on the channel, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Catch you on the next.